when modern humans appeared 200,000 years ago, we showed up suddenly with this brain 50% larger than any other primate, but it didn't happen slowly and gradually. We had a neocortex that was a 6-layer neocortex. And this 6th layer is really interesting because this is where a lot of the innovation is coming from. But we had a brain 50% larger than any other form of primate, any other form of life. Previously, we had the same body proportions, we have the same nervous system that we have now. So there's obviously been an evolution in consciousness. I think we have to say that. But we are wired today the way we were when we appeared. And what scientists say, Brian, is that it appears that we are the result of some kind of an intervention, that the biology appears to be intentional, that the evolutionary process cannot account for the complexity of the changes and the fact that the changes happened, so many changes happened so quickly in such a brief period of time and all at the same time. So human chromosome number 2 we talked about before is responsible for this brain 50% larger than any other primate brain. Chromosome 7 at the same time underwent mutations that allow complex speech in a way that no other form of life can have. And that's why we sing and chimpanzees don't sing. As a musician, I've always wondered, why aren't chimpanzees singing?
Right. Because
they share 98% of our DNA.
And most of the scientific community chalks this sudden rapid growth in brain size up to what? Cooked food or changing in social habits, or what is the usual scientific community? Because there is this period that everyone agrees where there was this massive change in the human anatomy or in what we know.
There is, and so where the scientific community is right now is they're in agreement that we appeared 200,000 years ago. That is accepted
as Homo sapiens,
as we are today.
And the Neanderthals were already there. They're a product of evolution.
Well, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Because now that we are able to do scientifically what used to be science fiction, we now can extract the DNA from the bone marrow of the beings that we believed were our ancestors, including Neanderthal. Just like in the movie Jurassic Park, that movie was science fiction when it was created, and it is now science fact. We can extract the DNA. Now in the movie, they reconstituted the DNA and brought those forms of life to life, and to the best of my knowledge, we have not done that.
Right. Will we one day?
I would imagine that we're trying.
Okay,
I say we, not you and me, but I would imagine, I think if it can be tested, it's probably being tested somewhere. But what we can do, and what is happening, is that scientists are able to pull that DNA from the bone marrow, from the ribs, for example, of a Neanderthal infant, a baby girl that was found in Northern Europe, 30,000 years old as her body was dated, 30,000 years before present. And when they compared her DNA to our modern DNA today, lo and behold, there is not enough similarity, there's not enough overlap. And this was published in the journal Nature. Now, they made the discovery in 1987, but they didn't publish it until the year 2000.
Okay.
And it's in the very prestigious journal Nature, page 490 on, I believe it's volume 404.